My name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am. It's fucking hot in this apartment. Right now it is 30 degrees, 29, sorry is what I mean, centigrade, and outside it's 19. I need to buy an air conditioner. That's something I should do. First item of business, we'll go dials on the day. Today was an interesting day. So only 20 dials on the day, but one booked demo as well. And something I'm going to start to count is I rebooked a pipeline deal that had gone cold. So no, it's not technically a demo booked, but it is a new opportunity, follow-up scheduled for tomorrow, rather than a reschedule. Like I should count that as something tangible. Should that count if I'm doing 150 minus 50? Does that one count? No, we're gonna say no, it does not. So it seems like it's low, but for LinkedIn we sent out 181 connection requests in the morning, 23 accepted as the last count, but I know that that has increased by, I believe, 4 since when I counted, so that's roughly 27. We'll have to get final count. Let's just do that right now. It's fucking hot in here, my god. So in addition to that, what else did I do? One demo booked, yep. One pipeline rebooked. One demo held, one follow-up held, or an onboarding that went well. No deals closed. So that puts me at 5 out of the 55 I need to hold this month to kind of get there, the place I want to be. Luna. Okay. What do I want to talk about today? There was something in specific in mind. I also had a demo that was at 4:30 that I then wanted, that then was a referral, so I made the transfer over. The thing that I'm going to speak about, actually, first off, shout out to a subscriber that I meant to shout out a long time ago, but then the camera was failing that video, and I said I was going to. It will be Carl Lind Films. Thank you for subscribing. I watched a video of his. It was like the eternal recurrence. It was like a theme on Nietzsche. I like that. All over the place. This weekend, I read a bunch of books. Read some of The Gay Science by Friedrich Nietzsche, some of A Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin, and then I think some of 12 Rules for Life as well, but also edited video. It was a very productive weekend. I liked it. One thing too, for business idea, I came across this channel, Jeremy Pogue. Essentially what he does, he helps online coaches. I came across this channel, and I think that the first business that I want to start and actually start making actionable steps to. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say. Fuck, I'm all over the place. Okay, time block. I'm just writing this down so I'll remember. So, essentially what he does is helps online coaches scale their business he has a good ad system that works. Now, he focuses more on people who have a current base, like a currently recurring revenue, not with beginners right now, which makes sense because if he's trying to scale his business, you can't work with beginners because beginners, although he was one to begin with, beginners don't have money. So if you want your business to make more money, you need to get customers who have money. So then if you look at the customer base that you have, people who you've served, the people who pay the best on time, who actually use the service, and benefit most from the program, bring the most referrals, you want to get more of those types of people. So then you should change all your advertising to focus on those people, which is just the rough way of describing what he does. Again, coming from an outside perspective, no idea of the actual nitty-gritty of everything. So not just come across as though I actually know anything that I'm saying right there. But so it's like going like, okay, so that is potentially someone who I can get help with later. And like, I think his course is only now at that, like if you were at that level, like $8,000 US, so like, I don't know, like 10 grand. But I mean like 10 grand, if you're making, like that's, like what that 10 grand could turn into is like a discount, like a bargain. But it makes me go, okay, the first business that I could actually do is become an online coach. Specifically in what, I don't know what niche yet, but I also think that the niche can develop over time. To begin with, I want to just gain, or maybe it's better to start targeted, I don't know. But roughly the steps that I know I need to do is like develop a program, which could just be me super enthusiastic or whatever. But it's something that I can fulfill because it's just my time that I have to be spending. I don't like have to develop very much. And to begin with, I just need to find one person who's willing to work with me. I don't actually have to charge them for money. I can be like, it costs $5,000, but I'm going to give you a 100% discount. And then in exchange, just get a like a, what do you call it? Not a referral, but like a review and a testimonial. So then that will make the next person perceive the thing that I'm offering as more likely, as more valuable. But so if I do it for free for 5 people, it'll be a lot easier to sell a 6th person either at the full price or even at a discounted price, but just do that kind of work. And I can see that as being a legitimate possibility of something I could grow, which would line up in tandem with the becomewhoyouare.com thing that I want to get. And the whole sort of theme of this video series, like everything is in line. Again, it needs to be worked through, but it's not like a business of idea, like I'm going to start a restaurant or I'm going to create this new product. Like what product? I don't know. Like, but it's going to revolutionize or whatever. It just seems like something that I would want to do. Now, so that is something I discovered over the weekend. The reason I'm obsessing about it right now, or just speaking about it, will segue into the other thing, which is the fact that, so for the last 3 months, it's fucking hot. Ugh. Ugh. For the last 3 months, I have been keeping my calendar open all hours of the day in order to get demos booked, maximize that. And what that has resulted in is, of the 18 demos that have been booked for me, 1 has turned into a closed deal. Just 1. On the lowest tier. And so that's a combination of people not showing up, people not having money, and people just being kind of cursory in their interest level. Like I'm just kind of gathering information. There was one guy that technically the last day of the month booked at the late time, but then we held the demo. That was like that what got me to 16 to 19.6K, whatever, for the month. Point being, today I had to follow up with a guy that we had an hour-long conversation that was later, and I thought it went well. He seemed to be wanting to go to something that was like 50 or above, one of the topper tier plans, and his immediate text back when I followed up was like, hey, thanks for the follow-up. Compliance isn't going to go with this. So essentially the answer was no. But then, so from that, then they made me look into it to see, is it actually worth keeping my calendar open for that long? Because so far, if 1 for 18, technically 2 for 18, but really, but the second one wasn't held at 8:15. That's why I'm not counting it. So 1 for 18 as a close rate is, and the 18 doesn't include the one that technically wasn't, is like a 5.5% close rate, which is like drastically lower than anything going on during the daytime. And my sales manager echoed the disdain or distaste for anything booked past 6 o'clock, that he didn't really have success with it either. It was a different type of person, and consistently people who didn't have money or didn't have a legitimate interest or a legitimate problem and just were kind of gathering information. So not a great opportunity. As well as there's a guy who's hit quota 14 months in a row, only works within the hours of the day. The guy before this was only working within the hours of the day. That, now I've set up my calendar to automatically block everything past 6 o'clock. I just like won't accept appointments at that time. And where I'm transitioning this is because I'm not drinking anymore. So I actually am not deleting the days and can do shit. I can start using that time effectively and strategically on like the new business thing when I actually start fucking doing shit on it. And not have the fear or the guilt or the worry that I'm actively losing out on money from the other job. Because I've given it a fair shot. From February, March, and April, I closed 1 deal from having all those hours open. So yes, it's possible, but the return on invested time, it's not worth keeping that block open, as well as, but more importantly, I can say with confidence that I'm not blocking it off out of laziness. And I'm going like, I just don't want to work. It's like, no, I tried it and it's not panning out well. So we're going to stop doing that. And that also then opens the block for me to, like, I can then schedule that time moving forward when I actually start making tangible steps, which I actually am doing. I started the self-authoring program, so I'm doing some of the shit that I said I wanted to be doing for like a really long time. But actually alcohol was blocking. I can say that for sure. But I can start scheduling that time according to how I want to be spending it, and treat it like a second work day, and not feel like I'm taking away from the job that I actually have. But yeah, so that's that. I think that was the cool realization. I think it just more is the fact that 1 out of 18 deals. Wait, what's the thumbnail? Like, of the 18 deals booked after 6, only 1 closed. One out of 18, only 1 deal that was booked after 6 closed. Only 1, I'm trying to think of the title here. Only 1 deal that was booked after 6 closed. Yeah, I think that's good enough. But so, I think I'm more just, what is the point I'm trying to say? I can confidently say that I made a smart business decision by keeping my time calendar open there does not produce an excess of, does not produce a return on the invested time. It is unwise for me to keep that time open and more useful for me to block that time off. Yeah. We're gonna end it there. I'm sweating like a fucking whore in church. Clementine Club, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Believe in yourself. Oh, no, what is it? I appreciate you for sticking around to the end of the video. And you should always believe in yourself because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. I'll talk to you later.